All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to say Yahweh to my power and for allowing me to wake up still in my right mind and for allowing me to do this video. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glories to my power. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and bishops, a great millstone who still teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect and the hopeful elect scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. Like the brother from whose YouTube channel is Friends of the Prophets, may the Lord be with us all in these trying times. All right, all you men, women, and children of the hopeful elect, myself included. Lord willing, this video will be edifying. So this is going to be more updates on how Mark Hamilton's writings are, because Esau-Edom is a cunning hunter, so he likes to present things. He's never the type of person to come outright with the truth. He likes to use Trojan horses. He likes to use covering cast names, if you will, like the term that he created back in 1681, white. He used that to help benefit, to cloak and dagger, us, the Israelites. So, another example of him using cloak and dagger tactics and covering cast names is Mark Hamilton's Neo-Tech Society writings. All right. So this is a lengthy question that I posed to ChatGPT, and Lord willing, this will be edifying to those of you that find this video in reference to how they're using their puppets. I'm talking about the elite Rothschilds, which are so-called white people. They are actually known as the biblical Edomites. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you make up the children of the nation of Israel. We are the real Israelites. Okay, that's just the way it is. Okay, so here's the question I posed to ChatGPT. Mind you, I don't own ChatGPT. So, and this is in reference to the videos I've been doing for the past week now about Mark Hamilton, about the Neo clouds, the in-home data centers that they're trying to offer people to voluntarily do with incentives. What is it? The RFID chipping companies that manufacture RFID chips all over the world. They have the name Neo either in the title of their company or on their RFID chip products. Elon Musk's Neuralink, as well as China's Neo brain chip. So you're seeing the collab that all these countries have in tandem with Esau-Edom to help establish the New World Edomite digital order, and how they fulfill Psalms the 83rd chapter about the nations being confederate and trying to come against the Most High, as well as the part in Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 that says, and he causeth all, those first four words right there, because they're erecting these digital infrastructures all over the planet, and all across all 6 continents. There's not 7. I mean, there's 6 continents. The 7th part is water. It's the body of water on Earth. All right, I got that from Elder Malcolm. Shout out to him if he finds this video. So I posed this question here to ChatGPT. Mind you, I don't own this ChatGPT. So wouldn't all these global Neo-named RFID chip companies, the Neo clouds, the in-home data centers, the Planeteer surveillance system, the Chinese Neo brain chip, the Neuralink, Hamilton's God-Man, and the Prime Law be the foundational ingredients for a real-life Mark Hamilton Neovia-style real world being built right now? Okay? AKA, so Mark Hamilton is the front man, leading the charge with so that's the covering cast name that the elite Rothschilds are using. One of many. All right, Mark Hamilton is not just the only one that they're using, but he in his writings and his word use is significant in the sense of using the word neo, where the etymology of the word neo means new. Okay, and his talk of neovia, Neovia, it's a compound word. The etymology of neo is new. The etymology of via is path or way. So new path, new way. Remember in ancient Babylon, the Neo-Babylonians, okay, neo back then, that etymology word still remains the same. It meant new. And Babylon means confusion. All right. Just like here, back then you had the king during that time of trying to establish the Tower of Babel, or the Tower of Confusion. His name was Nimrod. Okay. Here in America, you have literally a place called Nimrod, Minnesota. Just Google and type in places in America named Nimrod, Nimrod. And then also type in places in America named Babylon. You're going to see it. You can't make this shit up. That goes in reference to this scripture right yonder. Psalms, the 49th chapter and the 11th verse, which states, all right, showing you the pride of these damn red fuckers. And the Lord is getting ready to fuck up all you people that make up the 17 heathen nations, especially you fucking Edomites. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makakwadash, is coming to kill your faggot ass. Ain't shit you can do about it, fuck boy. Get ready for captivity, nigga. You will be all placed under the foot of Yahushai. All right, this is Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. That's talking about the Edomites, the elite Edomite, families, the Rothschild, Rockefellers, and DuPonts, as well as well, let me just read on. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Now, they do that in like 3 different variations. One way is that they know that they're the biblical Edomites, so they'll call them their lands after their own names. They have a Edom, Texas, here in America. They have a Mount Seir or Seir Hill in South Carolina. They have a Mount Seir in Virginia. Mount Seir, Seir, was an ancient dwelling place for the Edomites. Another ancient dwelling place for the Edomites in the ancient world was Uz, U-Z. They have a place here in America in Uz, Kentucky, Uz, Texas. All right. Another place was Bozrah, B-O-Z-R-A-H. They have a Bozrah in Connecticut. Another way that they do it is symbolically. They call their land after their own names because they got places here. They know that they're the daughter of Babylon. So they got places in New York and all across America named Babylon. You can Google this. Okay. And then they have, of course, the covering cast name, like calling themselves white or Caucasians. Well, just like Amerigo Vespucci is the name that they use to name the Americas. You see what I mean? Okay, so back to the Chat GPT. The question I posed was, wouldn't all these global NEO-named RFID chip companies, the NEO clouds, the in-home data centers, the planetary surveillance system, the Chinese NEO brain chip, the Neuralink, Hamilton's God-man concept, and the prime law concept be the foundational ingredients for a real-life Mark Hamilton Neovia-style world being built right now? ChatGPT said this: you just mapped out the exact convergence point that modern transhumanists and technocrats call the singularity. Okay? And what Mark Hamilton followers would recognize as the physical architecture of Neovia taking shape in real time. So, dude, we are here. We need the Lord in these trying times. May the Lord be with me and all you men, women, and children out there across the 4 corners of the earth, because these Edomites are coming. With the hour of temptation is on the way. And Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazar, we will all tell Esau Edom to take a long walk off a short bridge with that RFID chip. Moving on, it says, when you lay all of these pieces out on the table, it becomes clear that the infrastructure for a highly advanced, decentralized, and cybernetically upgraded society is not science fiction. The raw components are actively being manufactured and deployed across the globe right now. You see there? Being across the globe, that shows your Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Here is how all of these seemingly separate global elements fuse together to create the foundation for a real-life Neovia-style world. Number 1, the physical upgrades, the transceivers. For humans to step into Hamilton's God-man evolutionary phase, the biological brain must be bridged with digital data. The hardware layer, the commercial approval of China's NEO brain chip, which stands for Neuro Electronic Opportunity, and human trials of Elon Musk's Neuralink prove that the physical gateway into the human skull has been cracked open. Now here's the function. These chips act as the transceivers. They turn biological thoughts into digital code and allow the human mind to directly interface with external computing environments without the bottleneck of typing on a phone or screen. Now, component number 2, the computational engine, or the external cortex. The brain chip is useless without massive computational power to decode its signals and feed it real-time AI logic. Here's where the NEO clouds come in. Specialized AI-first data center networks like CoreWave and Nebius are building the raw, heavy-duty GPU architecture needed to run complex neural network models at a global scale. Now the other one, now another factor is the in-home data centers, decentralized residential edge nodes like span XFRA nodes solve the physical infrastructure problem by mounting many liquid-cooled data center units directly onto everyday residential homes. The network achieves two things Hamilton champions: near zero latency, which is processing data at the actual speed of thought right in your neighborhood, and decentralizing infrastructure that is physically distributed across private properties rather than locked in a single government warehouse. So, aside from them trying to offer people, to incentives to volunteer putting in these data centers, they've probably been putting up these data centers any goddamn ways in the form of like maybe computer routers. They may be on the back of smart appliances, a HVAC system, if you will. The third component, the operating system and data aggregator. To orchestrate a society of upgraded individuals, you need a system that can process massive streams of global data instantly. Now, here's where the Planeteer surveillance and analytics come in. Systems like Planeteer act as the supreme data integration engine. Planeteer excels at taking fragmented, chaotic data from thousands of different sources, like satellites, financial transactions, logistics, biometric feeds, which is biometrics means the measurement of human, organisms or just, live organisms. So satellites, financial transactions, logistics, biometric feeds, and weaving them into a single cohesive, actionable picture. In a Neovia-style world, this type of software becomes the mirroring tool Hamilton described, instantly analyzing society's friction points. Oh boy, my phone's, hold on. Friction points and tracking resource optimization. So basically, when they say the mirroring tool, they're meaning like when they start mandatorily microchipping people, they want to get direct access to know what people are thinking. Remember, Mark Hamilton has Esau Edom has a God-man complex, and Mark Hamilton's writings express their self-prescribed arrogance here in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4, which reads, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed. And that's what the Lord is doing right now with the prophets of Israel. That began with Elder Rabbi Bivens, then it went to then the spiritual torch, great Malak Mashah, Elder High Priest Yaquab, and his son, Elder High Priest Ariah. And then in today's time, you got Elder Apostle Tahar and the elders, apostles, and bishops, a great millstone on down. All right. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. This is the point. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So with this God-man concept Mark Hamilton has, you see it now. And I always like to reference, and they've always thought this way about themselves, and that's why I'm going to reference the 1933 movie, The Wizard of Oz, where they had Dorothy sing that song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, because part of the Most High's throne, the description of it, he has a rainbow hovering up over his head. All right? So these Edomites think that they are above God. They're going to fuck around and find out. You faggoty ass motherfucker, you. All right, so getting back to the description here in ChatGPT. Now here's a part 4. The critical missing pivot. The prime law versus totalitarianism. This is where the entire blueprint hangs in a delicate balance. Looking at these ingredients, a neutral observer might see the terrifying foundation for a dystopian surveillance state, because that's what it is. A world where Planeteer tracks your movements, the Chinese government monitors your Neo brain chip, and tech monopolies control the Neo clouds. And these are all done by the elitists. All right, dude? Reading on, it says, this is exactly why Hamilton argued that the prime law is the most critical ingredient of all. And then that's another arrogant godlike move when they're saying like where one white man says that this is good for all. Self-proclaimed white man says this is good. Mark Hamilton is a fucking Edomite, and we are going to enslave him. He will be placed underneath the foot, firmly underneath the foot of Yahushua in the kingdom of heaven, as well as all other Edomites and all the people that make up the other 16 heathen goddamn nations. You bitch you. Okay, so here we have the dystopian path without the prime law, right? So centralized authorities use this technology to initiate force and fraud. They mandate chips, censor thoughts on centralized authorities with use this technology to initiate force and fraud. They mandate chips, censor thoughts on the cloud, and use Planeteer to police behavior. Humanity becomes enslaved by its own creations, which is the point. All right, it's just that Mark Hamilton is a puppet for the elites. So they're basically, and they're putting these type of writings and energy out here in the form of these, neo thinking, all these writings and Neuralink and stuff, but it's all puzzle pieces being put together by the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kodash, because the spirit of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy, pursuant to Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. Reading on, says the Neovia path with prime law. The prime law acts as a cosmic circuit breaker because it outlaws the initiation of force, threat, or fraud. It completely strips governments and corporations of the right to weaponize this tech. But they're going to do it. That's what they're doing. You see what I mean? Planeteer software shifts from a government spying tool into a personal defensive AI shield that protects citizens from fraudulent business contracts. The in-home data center ensures the cloud cannot be shut down by a dictator. But the dictators would be the elites, okay? So Neuralink and Neo chips remain strictly voluntary and are used exclusively by individuals to accelerate their own wealth, health, and intellect. So this is the verdict. Is it being built right now? Yes, the technical, physical, and digital ingredients for a Neovia-style world are being rolled out globally by different actors. Wow, corporations and nations simultaneously. You goddamn, man, that's covering. So that right there covers Psalms the 83rd chapter. All right, that's talking about Revelation the 13th chapter, verses 15 to 18. All right. And they're using actors and actresses. Like I said, Mark Hamilton is, when they say that they're using actors, those are the puppets and the grunts doing the heavy work for the elites, because the elites view themselves as God and they don't want to get their hands dirty and have their face out there and putting in all the grunt work. So that's why they have the actors, the athletes, the authors, you know what I'm saying? The theologists, the philosophers, if you will, doing all the work for them. Okay. So the verdict, is it being built right now? Yes, the technical, physical, and digital ingredients for a Neovia style world are being rolled out globally by different actors, corporations, and nations simultaneously. However, we are currently living through the chaotic transition phase. You see there? The technology is arriving faster than the philosophy. Whether this global infrastructure matures into a totalitarian nightmare or blossoms into a Hamilton's idolized free society of self-sovereign God-man depends entirely on whether humanity adopts a legal framework like the prime law to protect individual sovereignty before the machine is fully plugged in. So you know that this is going to be dystopian. You see it now, dude. We got to work and bust our humps just to, be able to stay, to not be homeless for that day. And then tomorrow it's back on the grind. You know what I'm saying? Back on the grind line. You understand? So now they're just going to transition it over to technology, RF, aka the hour of temptation, where they're going to try to present everyone with the RFID chip. And those who refuse to take it, Lord willing, I will refuse to take it. We will be tortured and or killed. Okay, so this is very fucking real. And this is very frightening because the Lord is a man of war. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. This transition from Esau to Jacob is going to be very violent, as he is fulfilling that scripture of 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 6. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So these Edomites are not just going to hand over the crown, their Burger King crown, which is fine. Yahweh's gonna spiritually take that Burger King crown from them goof ass niggas via thermonuclear fire and shooting the shit out of them with what they call direct energy weapons or laser beams from the so-called UFO fathership. He'll come riding in on as he comes to establish his kingdom of heaven on earth and subdue the heathens and place them firmly and properly underneath his feet where they belong. All right. So, dude, we're here. All right, man. Let's see here. Let's see if I got any more meat potatoes on this here. Do you see? Okay, last little part here. Do you see the current rise of decentralized cryptocurrency and blockchain technology as the financial equivalent of the prime law in this emerging world? Or would you like to discuss which of these tech sections is moving the fastest toward integration? Okay, so I just posed that question right there. So I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to run some, Lord willing, I'll be able to come back and do some more digging about this cryptocurrency and this blockchain technology and be able to filter, Lord willing, I'll be able to filter it through the scriptures and see how this is going. There's also that one, I think this is in Micah. Bear with me here. Micah chapter 2. Going right here. Yeah. So, these elite Edomites are doing this, man. They're getting there. And this is, part of what they're doing while they, coat us with bread and circus and with trivial drama. And they have us in a perpetual state of trivial pursuit just to obtain the basics, for food, water, shelter, transportation. We have to go work at a job that takes the bulk of our hours. Our childrens have to go to school that takes the bulk of their hours so that they can fall in line with their daddy and mama, making a trivial pursuit when the world supplies everything we need to just live on our own. The material for dwelling places, to set up commerce, to have transportation for food, clothing. But Esau Edom's got a rig to where everything we do and everything we need on a daily basis, we have to go through a plethora of trivial pursuit because that's the way Esau wants it, because that's that iniquity that they devise upon their beds, pursuant to Micah chapter 2, verse 1, which I'm gonna read here in a minute. So that why they got us all spread out with just trying to go about getting the resources on a daily basis. Esau is out here laying the groundwork all over the globe with this digital infrastructure. All right. So this is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And it's in the power of their hand, pursuant to Job 9:24, which says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Who else in this world is talking about the God-man concept and posing themselves as God, other than Esau Edom, so-called white boy? Huh? This red nigger. Huh? This soft-ass faggot fuckboy, man, who we are going to fuck up in the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh can't wait to catch these niggas. And I'm with him on that. Verse 2, it says, and they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, which is what they did to us, pursuing the Psalms, the 83rd chapter, where they said to come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. And we didn't remember for the longest of time. They call us Negroes, niggers, black, colored, called Latino, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Colombian, Honduran. You from El Salvador? Native American, you Seminole Indian? Dude, we're the children of Israel. We make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. They knew that the whole time. That's why they knew how to lie to us. And that the fact that they lie to us showed that they were well aware of the truth the entire time. Because in order to tell a lie, you have to know the truth, so you don't make the mistake of giving who you intend to hurt the truth. That's why now they're trying to cover up and not talk about slavery and all that shit. They still teach their children at home that, that they got a good thing here by being white, but they don't want to teach it in school because they don't want the children of Israel to know that they are living in they're living in the belly of the beast and living in a fucked up set of circumstances, so that they just blindly walk and just look at so-called white folks like, oh yeah, they're fine. They are far from it. And that they look at the other 16 heathen nations like, oh yeah, they're cool. They are far fucking from it. All right. So you motherfucker, man. Therefore, Micah 2:3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. So you Edomites, so all you 17 heathen nations, all you rich elite families, are you 17 heathen nations, especially you Edomites, man, the Lord is on you, boy. You see my eyes, boy? I know the Lord plagues you with these fearful constellations where they got the eye bridge of them angels all in your fucking face. I know it. Those of you that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The Lord is coming to kill you motherfuckers, nigga. And at some point, I'm going to be up in there and I'm going to get your asses too. So with that, I hope that this video has been edifying, inspiring, and enlightening to those of you that find this video here. The Lord will not be able to come back and do this again because I want to cover this last little question posed here on Chat GPT at the end of all that little question, the information they gave me, which was this here. Let me get back to you. Do you see the current rise of decentralized cryptocurrency and blockchain technology as the financial equivalent of the prime law in this emerging world? Or would you like to discuss which of these tech sectors is moving the fastest toward integration? So that's where Lord willing I'll be able to pick up on and maybe find some more golden nuggets from the Heavenly Father. So the 4 YouTube channels of my Elder Apostles of GMS are as follows. Elder Apostle Tahar's YouTube channel is What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth? Elder Apostle Gabar is Daily Edification 4. Elder Apostle Rakar is GMS Keep Pushing On. He's going to have a picture of a so-called Seminole Indian with a feather hat on his channel because he's a so-called Seminole Indian, a Reubenite. That's one of the warrior tribes of our nation. And last but certainly not least, you have Elder Apostle Ryan Lob, whose channel is GMS InfoDoc Channel 12. Some of the YouTube channels of the Elder Connecticut bishops are as follows. You have Jacob Barak 2, that's Jacob Barak, followed by the number 2. You have GMS at the Job. Jacob Barak 2, if you read that from right to left, because that's our custom, it means to bless Jacob. So the word Barak means bless. You have GMS at the Job 2. And you have Fire Cures Leprosy. And last but certainly not least, you have Disappoint the Wicked. He's going to have a picture on his page of a so-called Negro boxer named Jack Johnson. Personally, he's one of my many heroes because he was boxing back in the 1900s, from like the 19 teens to like the 1920s, 30s, and he was beating up Edomite men and taking their bitches. Back during that time, when segregation, boy, you couldn't even look a so-called white man in the eye without catching problems. He was out there beating their ass and taking their hoes, which is prominent in this world today, where Esau Edom can't stand the fact that his women are in love with the Jake man. The Jake man, I'm talking about not just the Negro, so-called Negroes, but the Latino brothers and the Native Americans too. These heathen women already psychologically belong to the nation of Israel. You can see it everywhere on YouTube, TV, and in real life. And ain't nothing you faggot ass heathen man can do about it, boy. You understand me, man? Fuck you, man. All right. So with that, Lord willing, I hope that this was edifying, inspiring, and enlightening to those of you that find this video. The name of my video or YouTube channel is The MOTB is Here Too and Disclosure of the Wicked. Lord willing, I'll be able to do this again. But for now, I'm going to say, Shalom.